What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Kingpin, bringing you another video. I've been meaning to post a new haul video for a little while now. However, I ran into a little bit of a problem along the way. I had ordered some comics off of eBay. I was waiting for those to come in before I did this video, so I'd have more content to show you guys. However, it was like 5 days after I purchased the item, and they still were not shipped. And so I was like, what is going on? So I finally, after the 5th day, it said shipped, and I was like, okay, why would it take 5 days to ship something? And the very next day, I got another email from eBay, and I checked it and said the order's been canceled. And I'm like, okay, what is going on here? And it turns out that the seller said that the comics were damaged during shipping, so they were sent back to them, and so they were asking for permission to cancel the order, and which I did. Wasn't happy about it, but you know, that stuff happens. I'm hoping that that was the legitimate reason and not that they just, you know, for whatever reason decided they weren't going to ship to me. But anyhow, they were pretty cool about it, and they gave me my money back right away into PayPal, and they actually gave me $5 more than what I paid, just to be cool. So I was like, alright, you know, that's cool. So anyway, so despite that, I'm going to show you guys what I have collected. It's a small haul, nothing big here, but I have something else I've been meaning to show you guys in previous videos, but I keep forgetting about it. I have mentioned in 2 of my videos now, my cousin, or not my cousin, I'm sorry, my uncle Arnie, he's the one who got me into comic books. Used to have a huge collection of comics. I mean, this guy had anywhere from, man, 5 to 10 of each book. You know, this is like everything Marvel and DC, Silver Age and Bronze Age. Bought them all off the rack, but had a massive collection. Fortunately, I mentioned before in a previous video that they all were stolen. But years back, we were talking about doing our own comic book, because I used to draw a lot when I was younger. It's pretty much all I did, and pretty much everything was comic book related stuff. But when he was a kid, I think it was back in the 60s or something, late 60s, mid 60s, I'm not really sure, but he had his own comic fanzine that he put together. Him and some friends from school, one guy in particular, who goes by the name of Carl Matson. I don't know if that's his real name in real life, or he was just using that for the purposes of privacy while he's doing this. But anyhow, he gave me all of the artwork that he had in his possession, that he had for the first issue of this fanzine, and it was called The Star Comics #1. And pretty modest, real modest publication. Keep in mind that, you know, they were kids in middle school, maybe, I don't know, maybe high school, I'm not really sure. But this is how it turned out. As you can tell, it's pretty old. Cover is actually drawn by my uncle, so that's why the artwork on that isn't very good, but It's one thing I wanted to show you guys that was really cool, and they actually came up with a character called the Punisher before Marvel actually came up with the Punisher. And you know, I don't know if there's been other Punishers before Marvel's Punisher in the past, and there very well maybe, I don't know. But I thought I'd show you guys this. It was pretty cool. So this is an idea that they came up with, or my uncle came up with, or this guy Carl who did the art came up with. But as you can tell here, he was it's like he was strongly influenced by Ditko, is what it looks like to me. But here is their Punisher. This never got published because the art was never finished, so you got the P-U-N-I-S-H, and then he was going to add in the E and the R back there. But this is the kid who was doing the artwork for their fanzine. And the kid's a pretty darn good artist, I gotta say. I guess he was completely self-taught, but I thought I'd show you guys at it. It's pretty neat. So that's a Punisher that predates the Punisher Marvel Comics. Obviously not toting a gun, but looks to be a deadly guy nonetheless. So anyway, that was something I want to show you guys. Show you a couple other things real quick from that. It's another thing that Carl did here. Another piece of art he was working on that looks like was never finished. Pretty nice. What else here? I'll spend a huge amount of time on this. Here is another piece of artwork. Looks like a Doctor Strange kind of a character. But as you can tell, it looks like he was really a Ditko guy, or really liked Ditko, and was heavily influenced by his artwork. Camera's acting kind of weird here. Here's a head sketch he had done. And another, it's like a Doctor Strange kind of a dude up there. Part of the original artwork for a story they ran. Character called Jade they featured in their first issue of the fanzine. This is a pretty nice piece. This guy obviously was pretty talented. Here is some more Jade artwork. And here's something they were working on that's looks like was never finished. My camera would focus. And I'll show you a couple more pieces here, and I'm going to be done at this. Spent a lot of time on this already. The character they worked on called Monarch. And finally, it's like some sort of a kung fu guy. But I always thought that was pretty neat. My uncle ended up giving me this stuff. He borrowed it to me at first just for like reference or ideas that I could work from when we were going to do our comic, but it never took off. But pretty nice stuff anyway. Thought I'd show you guys that. Want to show you guys a couple other things here. Probably all familiar with this, but I really like this. Probably you've seen this Captain America's Bicentennial Battles It's one of these Marvel Treasury special size editions. Really big book. But it's Kirby, obviously, and 1976 is when it came out. It was $1.50 at the time. Really big. It's like a magazine size, and I believe it's all new story and art. Yeah, it says all new right there. So if you can, check that out. You can pick it up for cheap. It's all new artwork, all new stories. Really cool. And that, I thought I'd show you guys these. I mentioned Alex Ross as one of my favorite artists, and he did these oversized magazines. Gorgeous artwork in these. The first one is Superman, Peace on Earth. Can't get all of this in the camera, but I thought I'd show you guys real quickly some of the stuff. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Just fabulous artwork. Let me get to the first. I mean, look at this stuff. Just beautiful. So that's the Superman one, and here's the Batman. Batman War on Crime. Really, really cool. If you guys can find those for cheap, pick them up. None of them are very expensive. The Captain America's Bicentennial Battles is probably the more expensive out of the three. But those are really cool. So anyway, let's move on to my small but sweet comic pickups here. Got a few of them at a comic shop, these first four, and then the last of them I got on eBay. But these you guys have probably seen a million times. I know I've seen videos on these in the past from some of you guys. I picked up a Reverse Flash #1. Try to focus or bring the camera back a little bit here. Alright, come on. Alright, whatever. That's the best we're going to get. So I picked up that. Thought these are really cool. Like I said, you guys have seen these a million times probably. They're not a big deal, but I'll show you what I picked up here. A Black Adam #1. I don't usually buy new comics. I went to a comic shop. Haven't been to a comic shop in a long time. And I was looking for Silver Age stuff, but didn't have a lot of it. Kind of sucker for these. Always have been for these variant / whatever covers. Out of the three that I picked up, this was my favorite out of the three. This Ra's al Ghul in the League of Assassins #1. Really cool. Moving on, this fourth one I got is obviously something that you're all pretty familiar with. It is Batman 655, first appearance of Damian Wayne. And got this from a cover price, so I was happy about that. It's in real nice shape. And these last three, I got all on eBay for darn good prices. First one is Incredible Hulk 144. I really like this cover a lot. It is just gorgeous. Amazing cover. Purples in the background are beautiful. This one's in real nice shape. My camera would focus, that'd be helpful. It's not cooperating today. But I don't think there's... The only damage on it really is in this corner right there. Otherwise it is very glossy. If there's any scratches, it's actually on the Mylar itself and not on the comic that you're seeing. But gorgeous book. A really nice shape. I think I got that for $12. I don't know, something like that. Anyways. And the next book is Swamp Thing #7. I wanted this one for a long time. All these Swamp Things are just so cool. Bernie Wrightson's artwork is amazing, and this cover is amazing. The colors are so cool. I love the red and the yellow and the shadows, and of course you got Batman in there. But this one's in real good shape. Super nice. I'm pretty sure I got this one for $12, I think. It looks like in that spot there's something on this. It's actually on the Mylar, so these are some older Mylars I have that I just happen to throw these comics in, but it's in really nice shape. And there's been a lot of attention lately focused on Wrightson in your guys' videos, and for good reason. The guy's amazing, but I mean, he's just a master of lions and like Etnik. Forgive me if I get your name wrong here, buddy, but Etnik or something. He just did a video about Wrightson and his artwork and what a master he is when it comes to lines and details. And it's obvious that he is. So, love that one. And the last one is a comic book I've been looking for a long time in good shape. I've been to conventions and looked online, haven't found one that's been up to par for me. But I managed to find this copy of The Shadow #1. I love The Shadow. I may have mentioned in my other videos about my mom used to work at a place that packaged a bunch of golden age, I don't know if that's the right term, but radio era before TV cassettes. And The Shadow is some of the stuff they used to do in the Green Hornet and some other stuff. But she'd bring me home a lot of these audio recordings as tapes. I listened to them in my room at night when I was a kid with the lights off. And The Shadow was my favorite one. And so I've always had a special place in my heart for The Shadow. Love The Shadow. And I wanted this one. I wanted it in real nice shape. And I've got all three of these books. These last ones I showed you. I'll buy it now. And very happy to get this. Got this for a real nice price. Wish I could remember exactly what I got it for. But I got it for, I want to say, it's somewhere between 12 and 15. I just can't remember, but it's a real nice copy. And that's going to be a wrap this time, guys. Video ended up being pretty long because I showed you guys that early stuff that was unhaul related, but thought I'd share that with you guys. I thought it was something really cool, and I want to show you guys the same thing. But thanks for watching the video, guys. Appreciate all the support. I wanted to say that this community is really cool. Everybody is so good with the shout outs. I really appreciate everybody shouting me out in various vids for whatever reason. You guys are all awesome. I appreciate it. Until next time, guys. Later.